last few days, we've been involved in a number of Zoom prayer meetings and across our network praying for our nation, asking God to prepare us through election, how the church is going to look as we come out on the other side, and that we are prepared for the future. Certainly, we are change agents where God has planted us, but beyond that, we are a part of God's kingdom, which is victorious and will remain victorious no matter what happens in the days ahead. So I want to encourage you as we are praying, we're seeking God for answers of faith and help for the communities and the people where we are serving, that good things are ahead and we can count on the Lord to bring those answers. We also want to talk a little bit today about district school ministry.
I do.
And so, Rich, would you share with us some of the things that we should be preparing for?
Great. Thanks, John. I just, last week I was on a webinar with 37 DSOM directors across the nation from our different districts and just going over some nuts and bolts of the programs. I just wanted to touch base with our churches and pastors, continually finding churches or pastors that say, what is DSOM? Or they find out about DSOM, District School of Ministry, and tell me invariably, man, I wish I'd have known about that.
Yes.
So we keep coming back with it. Apparently it's something you pay attention to when you need it, so I'm just coming to remind you. Our DSOM has been virtual since March. We have not been meeting in person. We decided today that November is going to once again be virtual because of the COVID outbreaks around our counties and our sections. So we will go virtual. We'll get that information out to our DSOM students. What is DSOM? It is a qualified, accepted pathway to credentialing educational requirements. Pretty much the same as Berean School of Ministry. Not the same as Global University gives you college credit, but DSOM is available. It's on our website. There'll be a link on the email that comes with this, but I just want to encourage you, pastors, if you have people or staff members in your church that you really want to see better prepared to do ministry with your church, your children, your teens, no matter what area, I would encourage you to get them involved in DSOM. We are looking to go live again in January. Another thing I'd like to bring to your attention and revisit, we covered this back in District Summit, but there have been a few tweaks to the credentialing process for our network. Number one is any females who are getting newly credentialed up and through May 2022, we will waive the network fees. We will cover those. You'll still have to cover any general counsel fees or the credit checks and the background checks, but those fees will be covered for you if you're just entering into a new credential. Ordination applicants, anyone applying to upgrade from licensed to ordained over the next 2 years, again, we will waive our fees, but I just learned something in that session last week with the School of Ministries is that the General Counsel is waiving their fees if you are licensed and you apply for ordination within the 3 years after your original license. They will waive their fees. So another perk. Another area that some people are not aware of, we've been getting quite a few calls on this, is if your spouse has been ordained for 10 years, you can take a fast track to credentialing and go straight to license level without doing any educational classes. There's some fast track reading that has to be done of 2 classes, but you can contact us and take that route to credentialing. I got a call just yesterday from somebody on that. So if your spouse has been ordained for 10 years, there's a fast track to credentialing. A couple other things we are offering, and I would like to encourage any pastors or staff members, if you've not been a part of the Acts 2 Journey classes or programs or the cohorts, it is now a required class for credentialing, but it wasn't before. And if you were never a part of that, we'll allow you to join us in our DSOM class on Acts 2. And the next, I'm not sure when the next class is, but you can check the scheduling on the DSOM schedule. And we'll let you do that and audit it free of charge. One other thing tied to that, the DSOM, is we've also added a children's homiletics track. The next class for that in the Waupaca campus is in next August. So if you're a children's ministry person and you're part of the DSOM, or even if you're not, we are offering the homiletics track for DSOM with the children's ministry specialization. So you can call us or contact us for information on that. Other than that, I just want to encourage you to keep that in mind. We've got a campus in Waupaca, we have a campus in Milwaukee, and we have a campus in Eau Claire. The Hispanic class and campus is now back in Waupaca, so there's actually 4 tracks. You can find that information on track. So have a great week. Have a great weekend. Pray for your church. Pray for your pastors. We've got COVID going around, and we're just praying that God will keep our staffs and pastors and churches in His hand. So God bless you. Thank you. Have a great week.